Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. I am Denise. So, guess what? I have another match number 9 from It's Just Lunch matchmaking service. They have matched me with match number 9, and he is African American. I just went on and say black because that's the era I grew up in where we were calling ourselves black. And he is 67 years old, and I cannot remember anything else about him. I can't. So usually I don't write notes about them. They send me the man's picture, his age, and it's in an email, and I just check yes or no whether I want to meet him. But the matchmaker generally calls me. Well, the matchmaker calls me and gives me the details about him. I think he was married and has adult children, but I'm just not sure. So, but I'm excited. He's match number 9. They're supposed to give me 12. It's been 2 years. I registered with them or signed a contract in May of 2021. So it's really almost the end of 2023. So it's been 2.5 years, going on 3. So what I really think is that they didn't have a database for men in my age group and that they had to go out and recruit. And remember, I told you that they don't show my picture to the dates or matches that I have because the men aren't paying. They are not paying for the dating service. And I'm guessing most of their paying customers are women. And if the man is paying, he wants to get married and settle down. And he may not want to get married, but he may want to settle down with one person. And so he might pay. But the men I have met have not paid. So they haven't seen my pictures. And I talked to a professional and they said, well, It's Just Lunch is honoring the terms of the agreement. Nowhere in the contract does it says that these men were to see my pictures first. So if you do a matchmaking service, ask them how do they recruit men and select men, and if these men are going to see your pictures based on membership level. And if they're not paying, will they not see your pictures? That was key for me. The matchmakers were friendly enough. All of the men have paid for my dates, so except for 2 or 3. So, and I felt like I really wasn't their type because none of them said that I looked nice or anything like that. A couple of them said I had a nice smile. And the reason why I'm going through this in my memory and sharing it with you was because the initial reaction from them was not very favorable to me. There was confusion, frowns, like, who is this woman walking up to me? What else? So it just wasn't a pleasant experience. However, none of them cut the date short. Like I said, except for 2 or 3, they all paid for the lunch. So I'm thinking they didn't necessarily have chemistry with me or weren't necessarily attracted to me physically, but they realized that I'm a good person to talk to, and it was a pleasant experience because they paid. Because if they didn't, they knew they didn't have to pay, but they were gentlemen enough to pay. So I appreciate that about them. And now in hindsight, I realized that I didn't have any chemistry with any of them really. But then I also realized that I needed to do more work with my embodiment of femininity. So I didn't can look up this word embodiment because, and maybe I should, and maybe that'll be another video because, you know, I do this stuff on my phone. So to me, embodiment means that people can feel your energy of whatever it is that you want to embody or want to, how can I say it, personify, bring out from the inside to the outside. And so what I thought was, since no one asked me on a second date, I thought, well, maybe it's my energy. But then I thought, well, none of these men were particularly pleased with meeting me initially. Like I said, frowning and confusion and things of that nature. So maybe they, no matter what I would have embodied, they may not have invited me on a second date, but then maybe they would have. So anyway, what I concluded is that I don't embody femininity enough, that it doesn't just like ooze from me. Because remember, I have spent 30 years fending for myself. No, more than 30 years. I've been single all my life, really. So let's say when I graduated college, I graduated at 23. So 23 to 62 is like 39 years of fending for myself. Almost 40, well, I might as well say 40 years of taking care of myself. So that masculine energy is like deep down rooted in me. And I am, over the last 4 years, I have been excavating it, so I can embody it. And so Mina Irfan gave some tips on how to act more feminine and create mystery in your dating. So I told you about the video. It's entitled Subliminal Seduction, Feminine Dating Hacks to Make Him Yours Forever. It was an hour and a half long, but she edited down to 10 minutes. So then she put that hour and a half into one of her trainings. And like I said before, her trainings, in my opinion, are kind of pricey, especially the ones that really interest me, about divine union, which she calls marriage. She calls marriage divine union, and things about seduction and things of that nature. Those courses cost like $1,500 to $2,500, somewhere around there. You can go to her website, The Universe Guru, or her channel, and she has links to all of those courses. She says she has 60 or more courses. So anyway, I felt this was really important because I felt this was what I was missing. This particular video talked about subliminal seduction. And she lists a couple of things. Like I told you, I'm looking at my notes here. And she talks about colors, textures, fabric textures, postures and positioning, expressions, mannerisms, smells, and sounds. So when I went on my date, the second date with a gentleman I met at the bar lounge, I even had like my crib notes. I call them my crib notes, or, you know, little notes on a sheet of paper so I could read them while when I went to the restroom or as I was driving. I had them with me, but I forgot to look at them. But some of it I remembered. So I wore this scarf in the dresses and the dirty clothes. I wore this scarf in like a plum. You see that painting over there? So it's sort of like that color. So this was my color combination, and I had on plum heels as well. So she said to wear rich saturated colors, to stay away from white, beiges, grays, browns, earth tones because they wash us out. And if you are a Black woman, my complexion may be darker, definitely stay away from those colors. But, you know, some fashion blog YouTubers, one of which I follow, she wears all different kinds of colors. And though they look good on her, she's able to wear them. Certain colors make her pop. And she said, just stay with colors that make your skin pop. And if you don't know what that is, then a color consultant would be good. She suggests one and one that has a brick and mortar that you can go to, and the person has, as she said, a dynamic knowledge of color. I don't know what that means, but that's what she said. Then she talked about fabric textures. So she said to wear colors that harmonize together, like this color. This is like an emerald green, and that plum. They harmonize. They don't exactly match, but they do harmonize. And she said, don't wear colors that don't appear in nature. And so, you know, I think I'm gonna just do a separate video on what she said, but those were the 5 things that she said to concentrate on: colors, textures, postures and positioning, expressions, mannerisms, smells, and sounds. So yeah, this was a good video that she did, and really a lot of how-to information in it. And I used it on my second date, and I really think that made the difference. And so my goal is to really embody femininity, so much so that it just oozes from me, oozes from my pores. Yeah, I think that's a good goal to have. Thank you for watching. Remember to share this video, like, subscribe. And if you would like the dating guide, let me know at thehypergamistjourney.com. And don't forget the Affirmation Journals are on Amazon. Beautiful colors, different sizes. So check them out. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.